This finally might be the year that Brian Kelly gets LSU into the national championship picture. I know it seems like every season it seems like LSU should already be competing for national titles. How do you not win when you got Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas? I don't know, but with the work LSU has put in recruiting and in the transfer portal, they have the number one portal class coming into this season. They've been really good at player development as well. They also made major improvements on defense in 2024. The season prior in 2023, they had the worst defense in program history. I could see LSU having one of those years where they make a run, and when LSU is at their best, we know that they're as good as anybody, and they're definitely capable. And they're one of those programs that every 6, 7 years, they get to that level where they win a national championship. They're not always as consistent as what Alabama and Georgia have been, but Brian Kelly, yeah, he can be labeled the biggest fraud in college football. He's not as good as what his resume may make you think he is, but he has proven that every once in a while, when he does get a pretty talented team and a favorable schedule like what LSU has coming up, he can put your program in the spot to win a national championship. And with what LSU's bringing in from the transfer portal on offense, especially at wide receiver, you bring in Barry Brown out of Kentucky, who was incredibly underrated, criminally underutilized. This was somebody who was a former top 100 recruit coming out of high school. He has the ability to be an elite kick returner, punt returner as well, elite speed, wiggly after the catch. And he was held back by just completely garbage quarterback play during his time with the Wildcats. So with Garrett Nussmeier, or Gunnar Nussmeier, Garrett Nussmeier, I don't know why I want to keep calling him Gunnar, but with Garrett Nussmeier returning this year, giving him somebody in Barry Brown is going to help him have a Heisman caliber campaign potentially. You also get Nick Anderson, who's a big body, explosive, deep threat. He was the 8th ranked wide receiver out of the portal. And defensively, with Blake Baker entering year 2 and what you have returning, especially bringing back Harold Perkins, who missed the majority of last season due to an ACL injury. He was a projected first-round pick. He also was a true freshman All-American in 2022. With him fully healthy this year, he has game-changing ability where he probably could help you get 2 extra wins. And last year, LSU won 9 games. If you had a healthy Harold Perkins, maybe you win 2 more of those. But with him this year, he easily should be one of the best defensive players in college football. He's been a little bit of a disappointment these last couple of years due to injuries. But when he's on the field, he definitely is a huge game wrecker. And I'm not a huge fan of Brian Kelly, but I'm not biased. And I would be underselling him to say that he hasn't done an okay job at LSU as far as this program always consistently winning 9-10 games. That's exceptionally hard to do in a conference as deep as what the SEC is. Got to give him credit for that. But you expect to compete for national championships. And this looks like the year for LSU to finally be in that mix to win it all with what they bring in with the number 1 transfer portal class, how good recruiting and player development has been, the major improvements that they've made on defense, going into year 2 under defensive coordinator Blake Baker. They should have a big year coming up on D. And I love for Garrett Nussmeier to become one of the best quarterbacks in the country this year. LSU, their ceiling is national championship this year. It feels like it's national title, a bust for Brian Kelly entering his 4th season with the program.